Hello there, JJ. I'm back with another one. Here's me a combination of Wars 7 and 8. And I skipped section 1 because it was a boring Count Nefaria fight versus Dr. Doom that was really easy. And then it was Kushala versus Korg, which is also very easy, except I got clipped once, and that's how I lost the health. Here's the interesting fights. I'm going to be taking a Dark Phoenix on Thorns. And ideally, you would want to send a Hood. I think that he's the best counter. But Count Nefaria with the Iron Man synergy is not a horrible option. You're still able to parry because you can evade. Because she's unblockable from Blood on the Water, but you can still evade. And then you're going to apply Decelerate whenever you apply your build-ups. And then you see me taking Thorns damage, but as soon as I activate my Ionic Overdrive, see, she got the power gain, which means I'm getting more charges, and even though she has a ton of her thingies, and I have an Overflame, I got into my mode. So now I don't have to worry about Thorns. There I get hit, which is slightly worrying, and then I get hit again, and it looks right now I'm going to have a really bad time with this fight. But actually, it's going to go just fine, because I basically reduce the damage that I get from the Novas to basically zero, and even if I keep getting hit by that, Nefaria has so much resistance, and he heals so much from his things that I'm going to be able to make it out. So as you can see, I am pushing her to SB2s, which probably wasn't the smartest thing because I don't know. I mean, the full dex is kind of rough and she's unblockable the whole time. So normally I block at the end, but there I got the full dex. And then I go for the full 5 hits. And yeah, so see that Nova Flame doing like 0 damage, and I'm healing so much from siphoning the willpower that at this point, even though it's not looking like great, like I'm like not that much winning in the health race, I know that there's really not a very high chance that I die. So at this point, I think I realized that if I have enough decelerates, I'm fully able to bait the specials, because I was worried originally that basically the way that Dark Phoenix's Unstoppable works is that if its ability accuracy is reduced, it gets replaced with the passive. So I was worried that since Decelerate is an ability accuracy reduction as opposed to like Halt, where it just like you hit through the Unstoppable, I was worried that it wouldn't work. But you reduce the ability accuracy of the buff, but you also reduce the ability accuracy of the passive that replaces the buff if you have enough Decelerates up. So it really was safe to be baiting SP1s, but I didn't figure that out at the time. I only got that after watching the fight back. And the past minute or so, I've just been playing correctly. I have a few Nova Flames on me, but I'm not taking much damage, and she's at Immortality. I'm just going to back up, and she's going to die from tick of regen reversal, and yeah. So that was a fight that I had no idea would work, but we did not have a Hood in RBG, and they said they should send me, and I was like, all right, fine, that doesn't seem too difficult, and I'm happy I did, because it was a really cool and interesting fight, showing the amount of versatility that Count Nefaria can do in war. Next up, we have an Atuma, which you might be thinking is crazy for Count Nefaria, but as I said earlier, there's a non-contact. He has non-contact when he's in his mode, and Atuma has this ability. Now, whenever you evade him under a bar, he gains a power gain, which gets me in my mode right away. Even though he went unstoppable, it's totally fine, because right now I'm in my mode, so all my stuff is non-contact, and he has a ton of debuffs, and you're going to see this fight is going to go extremely well. And if I parry the last set of his SB2, my damage is going to go insane. So I'm going to bait the SB2 and then parry evade into a special one. So I parry, and then I throw my SB1 right away, even though he was unstoppable. It wouldn't have mattered because it would have gone into block. Then I bait a heavy. I could have reparried there with my evade, and then I throw an SB2. Because of the energy vulnerability, it's going very well. I'm not in contact, so I'm not taking any thorns, and I'm siphoning any type of regen or willpower. See, he's hitting my block, and then I just heal it right back. Count Nefaria is so good for war. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, next up, I think that I'm going to be taking, this fight. This was a really rough fight. Node 41 Deathless Thanos. Now, in theory and in practice, this is a very easy fight if you don't suck at the game. And in this fight, I suck at the game a lot. Basically, the nodes here are Power Focus 2, Bubble Shield, and then Scared Stiff. So, Bubble Shield, Kushala fully counters because she heals back all the damage. And then the Scared Stiff, which roots me, will be a slight problem because his SB2 is too long. And because of Power Focus 2, it makes him go to his SB2. So I have a lesser chance of being able to get out of the root. So, also, intercepts have been kind of whacked up recently, and I normally find that Kusala's AI manipulator to make him more aggressive with a heavy blessing is effective, but it's not going to work here. I'm going to get walk-up light attacked so many times this fight. Look, bam. Or that was medium. He just walks up and then throws a random medium into the air. So I parry the last hit, and I go for another one. I get it. Then I throw my SB2, and I'm down some health, but this pushes him yellow. So you're going to see, I don't think I'm able to pull off the hit, or maybe I am. Yeah, I go for it. And yeah, I got rooted. That was just stupid. He has Furies. It's doing a lot of damage. And I'm really worried. I get a heavy off and then bait the special. And I'm going to hit right into an SB1 with the soul barb still on. And I'm going to nullify everything plus 4 incinerates. And I know that the fight is still salvageable, but I'm like worried about my intercepts because they're not very reliable. And then bam, I get intercepted again. He only hits me 3 times. And I'm very worried. I hit him a few times, scared of stare stiff, and I throw another special just to nullify. And I know that I don't, at this point, I'm worried about the intercepts. So I'm just going to play it safe. I know that I'm able to block the unblockable. I use my relic, and then I think I'm going to do a bunch of hits into a special. And I think at this point, I decided I'm just going to try my best to not intercept, even though it should theoretically be fine. It hasn't worked out this fight. So bait another special, and then I think I do a few hits. I see the unstoppable, and I back up. Then I do another few hits, and then I throw an SB1, and that should finish him off. So I saw the AI was not working in my favor, so I had to adjust my playstyle to make sure I didn't need to intercept. So that's just, I lost a lot of health, but towards the end I figured out that I didn't really need to intercept because normally you want to have all 3 blessings so that you're able to get a higher chance of nullifying, but it doesn't really matter versus Thanos. You have so much to nullify. So yeah, that fight went slightly astray, but in the end it worked out just fine. A solo is a solo. Next up we have Node 43 Red Skull, which is Incinerate Shock and Prowess Buildup. And the annoying node that you get Fate Sealed, Heal Blocked, and Power Locked in the beginning of the fight. And I'm using this count Nefaria because he's like 90% resistant to Incinerate and Shock. And it's a very safe but slow fight. Like you're going to see, I'm going to eat an SB2 at some point. I'm going to just mess around and not do well. But it's not going to matter because I'm going to be healing, I'm going to be siphoning, I'm going to be doing all that. The count Nefaria does so well. So here I'm taking advantage of the fact that the fact that Red Skull's armors reduce parry ability accuracy by just spamming parries, which gives me a bunch of charges. And then I get hit, and then because of all the decelerates, I'm able to push to SB2. There I throw off an SB2, not in my mode. I got pushed over, which wasn't good. But yeah, so you see here I'm going to bait a special. And I don't think it's going to trigger the Unstoppable because of the 5 decelerates, reducing his ability. Oh, it does. So that's actually a low chance because it's a 5 times 18%. So yeah, that was very unlucky that he triggered the decelerates. But the rest of the time that I bait the special 2 in this fight, he's not going to trigger an Unstoppable, which allows me to counter it and go in, which means that I don't have to do with the auto block from the SB1. Oh, here I bait an SB1, and I stupidly evade it, even though I know that the counter evade is a hit and will get auto blocked. So yeah, so at this point we're almost a minute and a half in, and he's ticking down slowly, and I feel like I'm in no danger at all. Like as you can see, my health is topped up, and I'm not doing a crazy amount of damage, but I know that I'm fine. And see over there, I failed the Unstoppable, and I wasn't able to counter because I got hit by the special, but it doesn't matter because the shocks do like 0 damage, and I'm just gonna heal it all back. So yeah, that's just the name of the game of this fight. Just slow, steady. Even if I get hit, even if something happens, I'm most likely not going to die. And over there, I could have evaded like with the reparry, but I knew that I couldn't because he had his auto block charge, so I would have just evaded into the auto block and lost power and lost health, which, by the way, if you're fighting Count Nefaria with Red Skull, make sure that you do not hit his block because that's not energy damage like most people think. It's actually direct damage, so it's going to hurt a lot. And that special 2 that he just threw, the Unstoppable failed, and then I threw an SB2, got my big Furies, and at this point, we're just over 2 minutes into the fight, and even though the health race isn't looking that amazing for me, I'm under full control, and I'm not worried at all. Then I throw an SB2 off, like with a few seconds left on those round of charges, so I got 15 Furies. Then I think I bait an SB1. SB2, it fails the Unstoppable, I can go in safely. I'm going to Relic into an SB1 if I remember correctly. And at this point, the hazard chip doesn't matter. The prowesses haven't really been mattering, except for that one time he clipped me with the special, did a ton of damage. There I failed the Unstoppable again. So you can see how effective it is. Then I throw another SB1 to gain more charges. And I'm about to hit the 2-minute mark, which means that I've been in this fight for 3 minutes already, but it doesn't matter because I'm controlling it so well that I'm not worried at all. And also, he just controls the tactic because he constantly places debuffs. Yeah, I think the tactic is very undertuned. Like, the only time that it ever is dangerous on defense is when you're facing a future Ant-Man, which I will in later wars. You cannot try to dex his SP2 because if you get clipped, you will die, even if his personal power detonation isn't on. But anyway, so that fight goes down. Took a while, but it's fine. And then next up, I have a Node 46 Serpent. Now, I have a lot of PTSD from this fight. If you ask anyone in the Book of Ashanti AOH, I was assigned this fight 8 times in one season, and it did not go well many of those times. But Kushala was permabanned that season. And you are about to see why I kept dying to that fight. It was because I wasn't using Kushala. Actually, no, I died because I was playing bad. But this fight is so easy with Kushala. Like, it's still very scary because of the inexorable. You're basically always in your corner. But you're going to see. Like, I handle the fight very well. I keep my composure, and he dies extremely quickly. Also, since he's a Cosmic Champion, the percentage from Kushala's Sig ability is doubled. So I have read pre-fights from someone else to help with the power gain. I go for an intercept. It's working this time, not like Thanos. And then I bait an SP1, not dashing back so that he doesn't gain the cold force. I just parry the whole thing. Heavy at the end to gain the extended. I think I dashed back there, giving him a charge. That was just on instinct. But then I tried to go for a special intercept, but he didn't dash back from the inexorable, so it didn't count as a dash. And then I get a clutch light intercept into a nullify, and bam, I'm cooking. If he does not have his resistance up, I block that, and I parry, and then I'm going to get a good intercept. No, I don't. Maybe that's next time. So there we go. I bit another special, and he is the inexorable, giving him a ton more power. But I know that if I just spam lights and then throw an SB1, I'm going to refresh my reads, remove his resistance, put a ton more incinerates, and at this point, I know that I have this fight fully under control. There's zero danger. Yeah. So a cool thing is that after Serpent throws his SP2 with Kushala and you parry like the parts you're supposed to parry, there is a window where he is almost always going to do a dash in where you're able to consistently get a light intercept. So that's just something that I've been like working on so that this fight always goes better. But we're a minute 15 in and I'm at full health and he is dead. The hardest fight on the map 2 seasons ago, rinsed easily, quickly. So yeah, that was my war. Okay, so I'm bringing Vox, Kushala, and then my rank 2 Ironheart. You'll see about that later. Here is a fight that I've seen work, and I've never done it myself, but I know it's going to work. It is Kushala versus Red Skull on node number, I think it's either 2 or 3. I'm not, oh no, it's 3, yeah, because I'm taking the auto block node. So it's node 3. And Chitinous Thorns and Glancing, and basically armors equals glancing and bleed, and Kushala is immune to bleed, and she gets around glancing because her blessings increase her ability accuracy. So I get a parry and a heavy, and then I go for light intercept, he misses, so I block right away, and I get the light intercept, and see it says glancing, but I'm still applying my stuff. And I know that this fight's easy. I parry, then I heavy, then I parry, then I wait, and then I do a full combo into... Well, no, I broke it off just in time to get my special 2 off, and he starts melting from the soul barb. It's unfortunately not a passive. But I get a good intercept and throw another SP2, and at this point, he's really going down quickly. And I know if I bait an SP2 and I punish it, I will get my... Well, actually, no. I know that I got my relic as soon as I hit him, so I spam my relic while I hit him to remove the unstoppable and get the opening. So, yeah, cool little tip. If you have a relic, you're able to cancel his unstoppable because it's removed upon hit. Okay, Next up is a really cool fight. My officers keep giving me Vox, who is my favorite champion, but I will admit that he's not the best war champion. Turns out he is pretty good, actually. So this is Korg on strike counter power lock thing. And then also Sixth Sense, which gives him a 50% chance to auto block. So this fight worried me. I'd never seen it done. Back when I was in AOH, Book of Shanti, I signed it once and the guy died. And yeah, so I was like, it should probably work. And I don't have a WAGs. That's the other thing. So I can't even freely parry. So in the beginning of the fight, I was trying to like get my degens up, trying to work with the buffs and all that. But towards the end of the fight, well, you'll see. So my degens get purified. I go for a light. It doesn't work. And then I go for a medium. And now I have the undermine. So the auto block is fully gone from the fight. And those suppressions I keep getting, once I get enough, yeah, and then I have no idea what that was. Please ignore that. So I throw another special to recollect them. And at this point, I am not going to be able to get back to another special. So what I will realize at some point is that I need to just kill him with basics. And Vox hits ridiculously hard. If I just remove the rock stacks correctly, I'll be chill. So I get a really nice light intercept, and then I go for another, and I miss, and then I parry, and then at this point, I'm still trying to go with the strike counter, so I'm trying to heavy and stuff, but I realize I'm not going to get to another SP once I place degens. So I have my auto block counter, and I'm just going to hit him to death. So I'm going to try to bait an SP2 when the rock stacks are coming back so that I can punish it with a light. So there I get a bunch of lights, then I go straight to my striker, then I go light, medium, medium, push him to another SP2, and this fight is fully under control. I think at one point I got hit by his SP2, which is stupid, but there I got a very nice intercept. His animations are beautiful. He might not be the best champion for war, but he is beautiful animations, and then I get a medium right off before the thorns, and then I do a bunch of lights, and then I bait another special. And then I got hit by the SB2, and that was just stupid. I got a nice light intercept. Then I got another intercept, and yeah, my intercepts were on point in that fight. But anyways, you see the vision in that fight. You can ignore the thorns if you need an intercept because it won't kill you, and it's really all about that just getting off that initial undermine with your power start 1, and you're chilling. So I thought that was a really cool fight that I would definitely do again in the future. And up to are 2 very easy fights that I don't want to voice over, so yeah, you can watch them. Next up, we have a really cool fight that I never would have thought have been possible, except that someone else did it. And yeah, so you see a Maestro and you're thinking, so you're going to take it with Kushala, right? Nope, I'm going to take it with Vox. Yeah, this is Rich Get Richer. So the whole idea is that Vox has enough buffs to beat Maestro and Rich Get Richer. So parry heavy, and then I think I Dex to gain the power gain. And now I'm just going to try to keep more buffs up than him. And my buffs are not subject to ability accuracy, so the glancing won't matter. But the only thing that's annoying consistently was the Footloose. And there I wanted to chuck off an SP1, but it doesn't matter because I'll be able to get off an SP2, positive charges. Then I realized at this point that I should not be baiting specials. I'm just going to push him to an SP3, which is why I used an invuln. And with Rich Get Richer, it's much easier to use my SP2 to close out my degen cycle. So I did that right there. And I realized that he's probably going to throw it, so I want to get maybe one attack in. So yeah, I throw an SP1, which I probably should have just comboed into an SP2, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. He throws a special, and this is the last time I can make the SP3, at least until he's out of his mode that gives him passives, because that stunts me while he throws SP3. So here, nothing happens. So now I'm taking radiation damage, and I beta heavy, and everything is good. Even though I'm cornered, I know exactly how I'm doing, and I'm not winning Rich Get Richer because I don't have a real dex buff. But I throw my SP2 to recollect my degens and knock him down. Now I beta special 2, got the full dex in the root. And he's unstoppable and blockable. I'm winning Rich Get Richer, so I'm just going to back up, beta heavy, 1, and then I throw my special after the first hit. And I know that this set of degens is going to tick him out. So he can throw as many specials as he wants or throw as many heavies as he wants. And I could have knocked him down there, but I don't want to risk it in case the spacing was off. And I didn't throw my special there because I probably could have, but I didn't need to. He died from the degens. So yeah, that was a really cool fight that I want to shout out my boy Sahan. He showed me how to do it and recommended for me to do it. So yeah, Vox is getting some good action. Next up, more Vox. This is Node 41 Shocker. And I will admit that this is probably not the best fight to assign. Like, it doesn't go amazing. I get her clipped and stuff. Like, I also, like, my skill issues, like, why I lost damage. But there are definitely better counters to this fight. So the whole idea is that I counter the auto block, right? Like, so I can throw my specials whenever. I don't need to worry about intercepting. But I would have felt a lot more comfortable with this fight if I had a Wags. So yeah, there I go for, like, a cheeky little, like, sidestep. And then I'm using combat regen, I beta special, and I got parried. And that is just 100% on me. It was stupid. I got greedy. I dashed in. And I'm not going to learn because I'm going to do the same exact thing again. Yeah, so there I bait specials. I know it's 4 hits into the block, so bubble shield, so I know how to count. Then I throw SP1, so I'll never have to worry about getting auto-blocked again. But now I'm going to get parried again. So yeah, it's just me not playing well. And I saw the thing coming back, the root gonna come back, and I was like, I just want to recollect my stuff. Then he goes unblockable, and here I know not to punish, so I don't. And then I get a nice intercept, and I parry him, which gives me enough time to hit him. And now I'm gonna throw a special 1, and I know even if I push him to SP2, it'll only be 9 hits in the block, so it'll be fine. I'll do a lot of damage, but I'll be fine. And at this point, I'm slightly worried, but I know that if I just play well and get a good intercept like that, I'll be fine. So I do a full combo into another, well, not a full combo, a few hits, and then I throw him SP1, and then the degens tick him out. So, very scary fight, but I managed to figure it out. Next up, we have a Zola on node number 49. Yeah, so Zola on 49 is not the hardest fight, but I was assigned Ironheart, and my Ironheart is rank 2, and I'm fighting a rank 4 Zola. So I'm slightly, like, really worried. Like, I've seen the fight done, but, like, I'm scared. Like, the big rank disadvantage, like, if I get hit a few times, I'm dead. So I've also I barely use Ironheart in war. So I talked to a few people, and here was my plan. I was going to power start 1, Dex. Well, I don't know what that was. I was going to Dex, parry. Well, I don't know. I didn't parry. No, I throw him SP1, then I parry medium. Oh, I can't parry. Okay, basically, you beta heavy, then you go medium, and now I have the tracking up. So you can see the tracking allows me to parry the non-contacts, which will allow me to do my heavies. So that's the name of the game. So I Dex to do more incinerates, then I can heavy. So, yeah. And I'm able to parry because the stun shield is down because of Incinerate. So, you can see the vision of the fight. And it's going to go well. Except that I'm -2 ranks. So, yeah. I get a miss on the heavy counter. I probably could have gotten away with one light. Yeah, so brute force is taking me down. I throw him in SB1. Now I know that I'm probably going to get slept if I hit him with a heavy. So I think, yeah, I get clipped by the SB2. I go medium, and I go striker. The first hit connects. The second one puts me to sleep, and he's unblockable, so I can't even parry, and I know I have to dex it, and I don't dex it, and brute force is coming, so I just throw another SB1. And my incinerates are paused, and they're ticking. So he's dying over time. But at this point, I'm like really worried because I'm not sure, is this how the fight's supposed to go? And I'm losing a lot of health. And Polka Dot Power is helping me get power, but I'm not doing a great job balancing doing mediums and then doing heavies. So I dex into an SP1, and right now I know, okay, he's at 37 incinerates. I think I should be fine. So I don't even think I try to punish this. I just go medium, and then I parry for the heavy because that's much safer. Or no, I go right into an SP1, and then I finish off the fight. So that's a rank 4 Zolo with a rank 2 Ironheart on Note 49. Yeah, that was a pretty hard-ish fight, but I'm happy I did it because, yeah. Thank you so much for watching.